you guys have followed my channel for a while now, well, you guys probably know that one of my favorite things to talk about is Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely adore this series to know, and I love discussing and analyzing this series. I love discussing with people. I love watching people experience for the first time. It's probably in the bit my favorite game franchise of all time. I know I said it actually a few times, but again, it's kind of always thinking of Kingdom Hearts, honestly, because these franchises always meant a lot to me. I've been playing since the little beginning. It's crazy that actually it has been 19 years since the first game came out, actually. Like, 19 freaking years. And next year it'll be 20 years. Like, damn. But this franchise has always meant a lot to me. I've played every single game this series. I did recently beat Melody Member, and I even did do a updated ranking of all the games. But I'm in the mood to do some more Kingdom Hearts related content, so why not just do some more rankings and top 10s of all the series? And this one will be on ranking all of the Kingdom Hearts final battles, and basically everything involving the final world, involving the moments, and the boss battles they go through. Like, everything involving that is what I'm assessing here. And I'm assessing them based on replayability, fun factor, enjoyment, because most of these games, the final battles are usually the best parts of any Kingdom Hearts game, because it's basically where everything comes to a head, and the majority of battles are probably some of the best final battles in any game. I'm more talking about the actual battles, not just the actual final boss, but the actual battles themselves in general. And I'm only going through the first three games: Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, Reaching Memories, Recoded, Final Fantasy 2, Dream Drop Distance, 0.25 minute passage, Reaching Memories, and Birth by Sleep. I don't think it's fair to actually put like stuff like Melody and Memory as a mobile game on the list, because one's mobile game and secondly it's a written game, so I don't think it'd be fair to put them as a final battle. The final battle as an actual final battle, if that makes any sense. But I think we're long enough. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button with content. Let me know what other Kingdom Hearts related content you want me to see me do down in the comment section below. I am Sam Moore, Will Sam Productions, and here is my ranking of all 9 Kingdom Hearts final battles. Not the easy, not now. I'm not contest that was final battle in Kingdom Hearts is recoded. Like, yeah, this is probably this was honestly was gonna be the last place for Lance, because at least all the other battles at least have a bit of challenge and a bit of memorability to it. Here, not really, honestly. Like I still think Rico is honestly a decent game overall. Like, I don't actually hate any Kingdom Hearts games, I'm being honest. Because I don't hate them doesn't mean they're on perfect, and this is why Rico is considered to be the least favorite or the worst of the Kingdom Hearts series. And one is definitely the final battle, because it's shockingly easy. Not just everything involved in that battle, which is probably an easy fight and not really that difficult, but just everything on story wise and how it really actually impacts the game. Like, the game was just made to pretty much explain what it was that note from King Mickey, which kind of makes it canon, but all the other events are not really referenced in them, which is why people always consider this to be a non-canon and pointless entry in the series. So yeah, easy last place for me. And then number 8 is like, I pretty much enjoy every single battle from here on forward. And number 8 we have Dream Drop Distance. Now that I mentioned my ranking, I still think this is actually a little bit of an overlooked game in the series, but even though this game is far from perfect, and I mean, it's not still good. It's still a good battle. It just leads more toward on the more frustrating aspect, because I think when we read the actual fights you deal with, especially with Xehanort, with Max Xehanort, is pretty just Jesus, man. What a sudden difficulty spike. Just damn. I mean, battles itself are memorable and does have some fun and unique aspects to it, especially because it's mostly for Riku and everything like that. But overall, there's not really a memorable. There's nothing really that's truly outstanding about this portion. It just can be more frustrating some of the difficulty spikes that can happen, and there are definitely good moments here. It's more the frustration that one lands here at number 8 on this list. And now coming in number 7, we have 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage. I was actually really debating when I actually wanted to include this on this ranking, but in the end I decided What the hell? Let's include this on this ranking. You know, there's never time that truly is outstanding about this battle. It's still a fun and good battle. It's more about this game being kind of short. It's what is number 7 here. Because there's not much I can't really say about it, but it's still a good fight nonetheless. Now, coming in at number 6 on this ranking, we have Kingdom Hearts Re: Chain of Memories. This is what is said to be the most underrated of the Kingdom Hearts series. Series. In this game, I'm actually currently replaying as I'm filming this video, and I've told you how much fun this game can be actually. Again, kind of frustrating semester, but it's a game that I still have a lot of fun and a lot of nostalgia for. And while there really isn't much about truly outstanding about the actual final battle in general, I know it's mostly just battling Maglusa, who has a lot of phases as usual. It's still a great fight. It's still a great battle in general, especially a lot of the story elements that occur here. And it definitely is the most unique and outstanding, but it's still a great one nonetheless. There's still a lot of challenge after the infinite tiny card system in the entire game. Still on a great fight nonetheless. Now at number 5 we have 358 over 2 days. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be how I feel about it being number 5 on the list, but that is my list. But anyway, I don't exactly. Here's what I always say about Kingdom Hearts 2. Fantastic story, rough around the edges gameplay. Because gameplay definitely can be pretty difficult to get behind and to understand, but it's really the stories what keeps you going here, especially the relationship between Roxas, Axel, and Xion, and how they pretty much game was great, and they had to do a good job actually building the friendship, and it ended up becoming pretty fractured around this point, and especially Roxas and Xion, how Xion feels like Xion has to fight Roxas, which while Xion definitely isn't the most compelling character, she's still a pretty tough opponent. She does have great moments of Roxas throughout the game, even Axel as well. And that itself in general is actually pretty good as well. It's really the emotions what puts at number 5 here. Especially even after what happened in Game 3, the actual portion the sacrifice still really hits home. Now at number 4 we have the original Kingdom Hearts Final Battle. The first true Final Battle is still one of the franchise's best, and for good reason. Again, general portion is actually pretty great on itself, but pretty much everything involving all the answer fights that basically you fight him in the Dark Shadow, then you basically fight Darkseid, then you basically fight him again, but he's very stronger, then he ends up for the areas, and then you end up fighting him a shirtless type of creature, which is very weird, but in the best possible way. I think that was pretty again. What Final Battle again, like a lot of Final Battle, they pretty much tests what you learn about the combat throughout the entire game, and it truly delivers on the epic emotion and the passion, especially with being Ansem, seeing Mickey and all that, how it ends. Perfection. Now before we get to my actual top 3, again, guys, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys want to see more content like this. Then I would love to know how would you rank all of the final battles in Kingdom Hearts, how would you rank all of these portions of the game. And let me know what other Kingdom Hearts look like. I actually do have a few ideas of Kingdom Hearts videos I want to do. Let me know what would you like to see down in the comment section below. Anyways, now coming in number 3, we have Birth by Sleep. Yeah, I still really do enjoy Birth by Sleep, probably a lot more than most people, because a lot of people can be very old when it comes to how they feel about Birth by Sleep, but I've always really enjoyed it. For me, Final Hour is definitely the best part. Especially when you play the game all 3 stories and see how everything kind of aligns with each other. It can make it pretty touching and emotional, especially what happens to these characters after. Which I don't want to really get into actually, but it's truly a fantastic battle with true emotion, great battles, ones that don't feel too frustrating, but it's too natural. It's an all around fantastic battle. Now, if I'm being honest, ranking these next 2 were probably incredibly difficult because honestly, number 2 could number 1, and number 1 could honestly be number 2. And these are like great for kind of similar, but also different reasons as well. Like again, it's just about a reason did not, and I'm not just talking about the actual final boss itself, but also the actual battle itself. You can see my, of course, when I eventually get to a couple videos, but coming in up. So, anyways, coming in number 2 for me is Kingdom Hearts 2. These fun battles are always the best parts of these games because they display the most emotion and what you truly learn throughout the entire game. course, I'm going to like basically after finally kind of Riku again, and Riku back to his old self again, and after the monsters destroyed. Like, he basically started with Sora just slashing through buildings. Like, how do you know that's Mega Man 7 again? And it's crazy a lot of the Sora can actually now do in this game, and a lot of different things you can do throughout the final portion, and it makes it so unique and stand out. But the actual boss fight stuff, basically, if I send twice by send this in armor form, and basically this little fun ship session as well. That's actually very unique and fun. And of course, the actual fight itself, which I think is probably the best in general final boss in any game ever, if I'm being honest. But again, it's more just final battles, not just the actual bosses. So again, this is about a race a dead portion, just a heads up. But this final battle is always my favorite. To always come back to whenever I play Kingdom Hearts 2, which is definitely as often. I always love to experience this portion again. I always have to say, I just all I want to experience again. The emotion, the fights, it's just true epicness in every way. And for me personally, my number one favorite final battle in Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts 3. The same part, Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty much the Avengers Endgame of Kingdom Hearts. Of course, while it definitely isn't the end of the saga, it truly and the franchise, it truly is the end of the Dark Secret saga, and it fills everything that's been building up for that. I mean, definitely answers a lot more questions, but that's more standing for other installments and anything. But for everything involved in this saga, it pretty much succeeds in what it wants to do. It has a lot of characters have the most satisfying conclusions. Like, I mean, you saw basically everyone just dying, you start reviving them, and then you fight so many organization members in like one go with your fellow members, and you get so many satisfying and again. And it also has a lot of satisfying fan service. Again, this is fan service done right. It's fan service done in the best possible way. Especially where you see Roxas make a return, which I remember freaking the fuck out when this happened. And you see Aqua and Ventus and Terra all reunite. And it's even called stuff where moments where, especially seeing Roxas and Ventus be next to each other, and it's like, oh yeah. You fight so many Ocean members at once, like even like a few at one time, and everything involved in the final portion is just fantastic. I think the Xehanort fight is great as well, and everything helps keep ends. Yeah, it's honestly why Kingdom Hearts 3 for me. Like, say what you want with the game, because they found out screams epic, screams satisfying, and screams bombastic in the best possible way. And that's why it is my personal number one on the best Kingdom Hearts final battles.